YouTube, welcome back to my channel, Taylor Talks Tales. Today I have a quick little book haul for you guys, and yes, I am wearing the same shirt as my video I just uploaded because I am filming on the same day, but I wanted to get this video up as well. So this book haul is kind of a mix of books that I got for Christmas and books that I bought myself with Christmas money. I typically don't buy a ton of books as compared to a bunch of other booktubers because I typically will check a book out at the library and then read it, and then if I like it, then I buy the book so that way I can have it for my collection. But some of these books in particular, they have really long holds because most of them are pretty popular and in high demand, and a lot of them are new 2019 releases that I was just super excited for, so I just decided to go ahead and buy the books or, request them for Christmas, so let's get started. First one is Aphrodite Made Me Do It by Trista Mateer. This book is a poetry collection book. It's very pretty and it's very, quick read. I actually already read this. I got it and then basically just read it in one quick sitting. It's pretty much a story about love and loss, and the author sort of paralleling her story with Aphrodite's story and like retelling Aphrodite's story from Aphrodite's point of view. It's very positive. And she's also a member of the LGBTQ community, so there's elements of that in this. And there's just like different, she does some artwork in here as well. Let me see, got like a little apple here, but there's like a tarot theme to this as well, which I thought was really cool, like Ace of Wands. Also the cover is just all about that aesthetic, like it looks very neat. So I'll do a review on this. I enjoyed it. I wished it was longer because it was kind of short, but it's really good. Alright, next one I picked up from Target with a Target gift card, and that is The Grace Year by Kim Liggett. And unfortunately I'm trying to get this sticker off. It's sort of obnoxious. It's just really stuck on there, and this is the Target Book Club exclusive edition, and I'm going to read the inside flap for you. In Garner County, girls are told they have the power to lure grown men from their beds, to drive women mad with jealousy. They believe their very skin emits a powerful aphrodisiac, the potent essence of youth, of a girl on the edge of womanhood. That's why they're banished for their 16th year, to release their magic into the wild so they can return purified and ready for marriage. But not all of them will make it home alive. 16-year-old Tierney James dreams of a better life, a society that doesn't pit friend against friend or woman against woman. But as her own grace year draws near, she quickly realizes that it's not just the brutal elements they must fear. It's not even the poachers in the woods, men who are waiting for a chance to grab one of the girls in order to make a fortune on the black market. Their greatest threat may very well be each other. So, I'm excited for this. I've heard it there's some comparisons of this to like Lord of the Flies, and it's sort of like a female-centric Lord of the Flies with like dystopian elements. And I've also heard comparisons to this and Wilder Girls. I've actually heard this is the better book, and it seems like the reviews are saying that as well. So I have some pretty high expectations going into this. So I was very excited to see this at Target and have my Target gift card, and just figured I'd go ahead and pick it up, and chances are hopefully I'll like it, and then if not, it'll end up being unhauled at some point. But I do think this is like a very neat cover. It's very soft, and for whatever reason though, online, I did not realize this was a person's head. I thought it was some like bizarre flower rip thing, and then I picked it up in person like, oh wow, why did I ever think that was something else? This is obviously a woman with braided hair and like ribbon going through that turns into blood. So it's like very cool. My eyes didn't work. I don't know what's going on, but very excited for that. Next one I got was The Whisper Man by Alex North. This one sounds really good. I saw this and I'm like, this is also gift card money, and I could not believe my luck that I got it for so cheap. But this inside flap is, if you leave a door half open, soon you'll hear the whisper spoken. After the sudden death of his wife, Tom Kennedy believes a fresh start will help him and his young son Jake heal. A new beginning, a new house, a new town, Featherbank. But the town has a dark past. 20 years ago, a serial killer abducted and murdered 5 residents. Until Frank Carter was finally caught, he was nicknamed the Whisper Man, for he would lure his victims out by whispering at their windows at night. Just as Tom and Jake settle into their new home, a young boy vanishes. His disappearance bears an unnerving resemblance to Frank Carter's crimes, reigniting old rumors that he preyed with an accomplice. Now detectives Amanda Beck and Pete Willis must find the boy before it's too late, even if that means Pete has to revisit his great foe in prison, the Whisper Man. And then Jake begins acting strangely. He hears a whispering at his window. Yeah, I've heard really good things about this. So far, it seems like everybody's enjoyed it who's read it. I've definitely been on a thriller kick lately, so I just definitely wanted to pick this up. And yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Probably won't get, I don't think I'll get to any of these books in this haul until 2020. I mean, because the end of 2019 is tomorrow, so, but I am looking forward to these, and this one and a couple others will probably be in my January 2020 or, you know, February 2020 TBR. Alright, next one. I was actually slightly hesitant to buy this book because I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on it, but it's also high on my list of books that I'm anticipating reading, so I really have been very interested in reading this since I first heard about it and knew that was coming out. And I, you know, again, library is still pretty, you know, I'm pretty low. I'm like, there's like 100 people ahead of me for this book, so I figure if I want to read it anytime soon, it might be wise to pick it up, and it was also very cheap. So I ended up picking up a copy of Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky, who did Perks of Being a Wallflower, which is one of my favorite YA books just in general. I loved that book. Read it in late high school and then in college again, and just constantly reread it, and I loved the movie. And this is his second novel, and it's a horror book. I'm going to read the inside flap for you really quick, but I am excited for it. Single mother Kate Reese is on the run. Determined to improve life for herself and her son Christopher, she flees an abusive relationship in the middle of the night with her child. Together they find themselves drawn to the tight-knit community of Mill Grove, Pennsylvania. It's as far off the beaten track as they can get. Just one highway in, one highway out. At first it seems like the perfect place to finally settle down. Then Christopher vanishes. For 6 long days no one can find him, until Christopher emerges from the woods at the edge of town, unharmed but not unchanged. He returns with a voice in his head only he can hear, with a mission only he can complete. Build a treehouse in the woods by Christmas, or his mother and everyone in the town will never be the same again. So I've heard, again, mixed things about this. Some of my favorite booktubers and people I follow on Goodreads have loved it, and some of them haven't, so we'll see. It was fairly cheap for a hardback book. It was like $15. So I figured I'm going to read it, and if I don't enjoy it, then I will gift it to somebody else. Maybe I'll unhaul it and send it to one of my subscribers or something, but I am looking forward to it. It does seem creepy, and, you know, I don't mind a slow burn, so we'll see, but it is a pretty massive book, so it's gonna take a while, and this is definitely, you know, I don't know if I'll get to January, but probably February. We'll see. Alright, 2 more books. This one I received as a gift from my youngest brother, Riley. Shout out to my bro, Riley. Love you very much. That is Lisa Jewell's The Family Upstairs, which also, again, beautiful cover, and it's one of those like very soft, like buttery soft hardback books, so it's just really neat. I'll read the inside really quick. Soon after her 25th birthday, Libby Jones returns home from work to find the letter she's been waiting for her entire life. She rips it open with one driving thought: I am finally going to know who I am. She learns not only the identity of her parents, but also that she is the sole inheritor of their abandoned mansion on the banks of the Thames in London's fashionable Chelsea neighborhood. The home, even its dilapidated state, is worth millions. Everything in Libby's life is about to change. What she doesn't know is that others have been waiting for this day as well, and although they've been in hiding, they are now heading her way. Nearly 25 years ago, police were called to 16 Cheyne Walk with reports of a baby crying. When they arrived, they found a healthy 10-month-old safe and sound in the upstairs bedroom. In the kitchen, 3 dead bodies, all dressed in black, were seemingly posed next to a hastily scrawled note. The 4 other children reported to live at Cheyne Walk were gone. So, I'm excited for this one because I've heard it has to do with cults and just weird things going on. So I was going to pick it up anyway just because it sounded very intriguing, but because there's the added cult factor to it, I'm like, yes. So I asked for it for Christmas, and my brother got it for me, so thank you very much, Rye. Can't get, this will probably be a January 2020 TBR. Alright, the last one I picked up mainly because I wanted a copy of this book. I had already read this earlier this year, and it's going to be on my best of 2019 reads, because I read it this year and I loved it, and that's Hyperion by Dan Simmons. This book was fantastic. It's science fiction, but it's cross-genre. There's so much going on. I'll read the blurb a little bit, but it's fantastic, and I needed it in my collection. On the world called Hyperion, beyond the law of the hegemony of man, there waits the creature called the Shrike. There are those who worship it, there are those who fear it, and there are those who have vowed to destroy it. In the Valley of Time Tombs, where huge brooding structures move backward through time, the Shrike waits for them all. On the eve of Armageddon, with the entire galaxy at war, 7 pilgrims set forth on a final voyage to Hyperion, seeking the answers to the unsolved riddles of their lives. Each carries a desperate hope and a terrible secret, and one may hold the fate of humanity in his hands. Yeah, so I used some gift card money for this as well, and just picked it up because I like being able to have books that I can reread because I'm a big rereader, and I also like being able to share with other people and lend out my books, even if I don't always get them back. Some people don't ever return them to me. I still keep doing it though, because if there's a book I'm really passionate about, I enjoy spreading the word and having other people read it and supporting the author that I really care about, or the story, or something like that. So that way that I can have this, pass it out to people, reread it when I want to. I don't really have, at some point I might read the other books in the series, but I kind of think it works well as a standalone, and my ex had told me that the books following up with this book aren't that great, so eventually if I ever get to them, I will probably read them, but for now I'm happy with the way this ended. So those are my kind of my post-Christmas / Christmas books that I got. I'm not trying to be greedy or be like, oh, look what I got, but I just, I enjoy book haul videos, and I know other people do, so I figured you guys might want to see a couple things that I got for the holiday and right after the holiday. So thank you so much. Let me know if you've read any of these books, and if you did, what you thought about them, if you're planning on picking them up, or if you already own them in your collection. Also, if you got any cool books for Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate any holidays, if what you've picked up recently, if you were taking advantage of the holiday sales, just let me know in the down bar. Thank you so much. Please like, comment, rate, subscribe, and happy reading, and I will talk to you guys later. There's a couple fun videos coming up tomorrow and the next day, kind of celebrating the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, so stay tuned for those. Happy reading.